Hey guys, welcome to Guys United, welcome to another video, and today I want to talk about Riqui Puig and Ansu Fati. And I want to talk about how they've been having excellent seasons for Barcelona so far, and so that since the restart they've been probably some of our best players. Riqui Puig being our best offensive-minded midfielder, because I insist, Arturo Vidal has been our overall best midfielder. And Ansu Fati has been very important. Setien has given them minutes, and that is something that I'm always going to give Setien thanks for. That he trusted in these two kids in a moment where it was tough, because he was playing La Liga, like La Liga was still up for grabs, and he still gave them confidence, and rightly so. They rewarded him with performances, with attitude, and with just what every Barcelona player wants, which is to give their all for the club that they play for the whole life. As you guys might know, Barcelona B are in the final for the promotion to Segunda Division from Segunda B, and I've heard a lot of things. First, that Garcia Pimienta is an amazing manager, that he has done a great job, and then people are even saying that Garcia Pimienta maybe should take up for Riqui Setien for next season if Setien doesn't win the Champions League. I'm not gonna get into that. All I'm gonna say is that I think Garcia Pimienta is a good coach for this Barcelona B team, but I'm gonna say it out there that this Barcelona B team does have some of the best collective talent that we've seen in a long time. Like, you have the likes of Akieme, like you had Riqui Puig for 3/4 of a season, you like Moriba, Conrad de la Fuente, like etc. They've had some of the best collective players. Like, because Barcelona B always has one or two talents here or there, mostly in midfield. But like, it's never been like at that level where you can see like pretty much everywhere in the pitch you have a player that is at least valid to debate whether they should have minutes with the first team. And it's been a long time since that happened. I think since the last time that happened was probably the generation of Rafinha, Sergi Samper, Gerard Deulofeu, like that generation of Oscar Garcia when he was at the Barcelona B room. And they actually play very well football. I believe that was the last time that they were in Segunda Division. And it's time to talk about not Barca B per se, but what does the promotion for Barca B mean to Riqui Puig and Ansu Fati? Because to you guys hearing me right now, and what I'm about to say is that Riqui Puig and Ansu Fati are in serious danger of being in Barca B next season should the team be promoted to Segunda Division. And you guys might be saying like, impossible. Ansu Fati and Riqui Puig has been pretty much our best players, or some of our best players this season when they've been able to play. And I agree with you, you'd be completely right. But there is people up there in the hierarchy that don't want these players to succeed, because these players succeeding means that you can't bring any more Brazilians into the first team. You can't, start bringing up all players here or there, and there's no excuses of not letting them play. Because having them being the face of the hope for Barcelona is not what this current board wants. It's not what some people outside of Barcelona want. So they're gonna be stepping into the path of progression of these players. That's why Riqui Puig has been stuck in Segunda B for a year and a half. That's the reason. Because Riqui Puig was perfectly capable. What you're saying right now, Riqui Puig, he was already this kind of player back in the summer of 2018. Since that preseason, where actually the same preseason where Artur joined. Since then, Riqui Puig has had this level. I don't think that Riqui Puig has particularly improved. He was just that good back in 2018. And he's been stuck in Segunda B for all this time. So the thing is, we can't allow players like this We can't allow these situations to happen, because the difference between me naming Riqui Puig and Ansu Fati, it's way different when you're like saying Araujo, although Araujo I think should still be given minutes so far as I've seen. But like, there's a difference between like Monchu, Collado, Moriva, Jandro Orellana. Like, you know, there's difference between those players and Riqui Puig and Ansu Fati. Because those players are, you know, players that maybe could do a job at Barcelona. Maybe I want to try them out and see if they at least can fill up the bench and be useful players during the season. But the difference is, Riqui Puig and Ansu Fati are players that they're not only there to, you know, participate during the season and contribute a bit. No. They are there to, in the future, in the next 2 or 3 years, be fighting for a starting spot in this Barcelona team. Undoubtedly, they are players that we can focus our team around. They are the players that we can start building our new backbone. And when I mean the backbone of the team, I mean, you guys should already know. Like, before we used to have like one player of La Masia per line that was very important. Like, we had Victor Valdez, Puyol, Xavi, and Messi. Let's pick those four. Then we had also Iniesta, Busquets, Piqué, etc., etc. But we have the likes of Riqui Puig and Ansu Fati, players that we can build our team around. Players that, you know, because the advantage of having players, homegrown players that have played for the club for a long time, that have lived for this cause, that most of them are Catalan players from Catalonia, is that they want to fight for this club. They want to play everything for this club. And they also make introduction to new players into the team easier. You know, they show them around, they're friendly, because they know that the adaptation is easier. Because when you have a core group of players that know each other for a long time, bringing in 1 or 2 players into the team, it's always easier because they're able to adapt together. It's not like there's different groups altogether. For example, this Barcelona team, I believe that I won't be crazy if I say that there is multiple separations in groups. Like, there is the French core that we have of Umtiti, Lenglet, Griezmann, Dembélé. Then you have like the older players like Messi, Suarez, Alba, Piqué. Then you have like the other players are in like the limbo, like Frenkie de Jong, Ter Stegen. Like, you know, normally we used to have a core of a lot of not only Spanish players, but players that were from our La Masia, meaning that they knew each other from a long time. They've been like living together for a long time. They've gone to games for a lot of the past couple years, and that is very important to build a group that's united. And my worry is that, you know, because being promoted to Segunda is playing professional football. You go from playing semi-professional to totally professional football, and I don't want that excuse next season. I don't want the excuse that, oh well, let's see if they can do it a whole season in Segunda, because I don't need to see that anymore. They've already proven me, and they've proved everyone already that they're ready to take the steps to the next level. I'm not asking them to be undisputed starters, although Riqui Puig needs to be a starter in the Champions League, because otherwise we have no hope. But I'm not asking them to be undisputed starters for the next season. I'm asking them to get 1,500 minutes plus, and I'll be fine with that. Whatever extra they get, it'll be fine. If you use them once every 3 games, I'm fine with that, because they'll be getting minutes. They'll be building into a team. They're gonna be getting used to their new teammates, which is always important, because it's not the same team. It's not the same thing playing for Barcelona V in a league where you're not the best team in the league, where you don't have the best team advantage of, you know, having the best quality players, because you might have some more quality than some other players, but physically you're not there yet. It's different when you're playing with Barcelona. It's easier actually to play with Barcelona and being in a team that is superior to the 95% of teams in the league. That is why you see players like maybe Coutinho or Griezmann, that, okay, they weren't particularly amazing at Barcelona, especially Coutinho, but if you see their numbers, they had fine, like they weren't amazing scoring numbers, but they were good scoring numbers, like pretty decent. And that's because we create so many chances. We're so much superior than most other teams that if you're playing the forward line of Barcelona, the normal thing is that even if you're the worst player in the world, you probably end up the season with 5 goals and like 2 assists if you play very consistently. That is the difference with Segunda. In Segunda, you have to actually be a good team, and you have to actually have the quality. So that is why I want players like Ansu Fati and Riqui Puig to, be promoted to the first team. They deserve it. Then, if you want to give opportunities to Akieme, to Iñaki Peña, Conrad de la Fuente, Elias Moriva, Monchu, okay, fine. Give them opportunities. Maybe here or there. They probably shouldn't take all of them, and I know they're not going to take all of them, but because Barcelona B are going to need them for next season if they do get promoted. So, I want the promotion to happen, but let's also relax and say that, okay, these 2 players that have already been tried and tested need to stay here because they are ready. And if they're ready, they need to play. No more bringing players from abroad that could get injured here or there, or that, are not totally professional or not totally committed. So let's trust in our youngsters. Anyways, I'm going to be doing probably a scout report about the youngsters from Barcelona B. I'm just waiting for the finals to see if we get promoted or not. Not that that's going to change my opinion on the players, but I just think it would be a good time to do it after the game. So, anyways, with this done, guys, leave me your opinions in the comment section below. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next one. Blaugranas.